Yeah.
You need to give him his flowers,
Never
guys.
happened to me. I've never lost a wedding.
Welcome to another episode of Now You're Talking with me, Zainab Ahmed Nafonke. So I'm going to start by reading a post I saw because it's regarding the topic. Actually, I started drafting this topic and I just said, let me take a break. And I just saw, maybe I entered Instagram. I'm like, if this is not a sign, I don't know what this is. So the post is about from Timi Dakolo. He says, the next time you see a man cry, please don't tell him to stop crying. Don't throw in you're a man. Don't you shouldn't be crying. Vulnerability is not exclusive to the women. For emotions are like energy, and energy must be expressed. Lest it kills the host. Strong men cry. So today's topic is one that people like to draw a veil over, but I want to unveil it. And it's all about men's mental health. So everywhere around the world, we know how men are perceived as strong,
Yes.
physically, intellectually, emotionally. Today's topic, I was thinking about who better to discuss it with, rather other than a man with experiences. I regard him as an OG in photography, and I like I tell him he knows his onions. So I'll let him introduce himself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Israel Musa, and I am a photographer, the creative director of Artissan Studios here in Kaduna, Nigeria.
Okay. So this episode was supposed to be recorded like the weekend after International Men's Day.
Yes.
And I was intending on including International Men's Day, whatever topic we were supposed to discuss. But I'm so glad and happy that this is our third take and we're discussing this because I truly believe it's a topic worth addressing.
Yes.
So on International Men's Day, I wished my husband, I'll tell you a story. I wished my husband Happy International Men's Day.
Yeah.
And he was like, why? Why today? I'm like, why not today? I celebrate you every day, but today is International Men's Day because it's not really big on even small celebrations, let alone international celebrations. So I just gave him an impromptu poetry, spoken words poetry, saying a man is strong, a man is beautiful, a man is able, men are working money, and he burst out laughing. So I'm like, I thank God I made him at least smile.
Smile, yes.
Yes. So I feel of all the men in the world, Nigerian men suffer the most because first of all they have to deal with Nigeria.
Yes, the stress in Nigeria is on the high side compared to other countries.
Then they have to deal with this because mental health is still something new in this part of the world.
Yes, because we tend to move towards our religious leaders or the religious.
If you're not even mentally stable,
yes,
the religion you won't practice it properly.
Yes. Most times we are preoccupied with the whole idea of okay, you are not just the head, because what the head means is you provide, you protect, you shoulder all the burdens of the family, and if anything goes bad in the family, you are the one responsible for it.
And you will be the one to console.
Yes. So all that burden alone is enough to make someone go mad. So you may not really go mad, like technically mad, but then there's this battle. Yes, there's this battle you fight, and then there's doubt that comes in. The doubt of okay, am I really sure I can do this? Am I sure I can do this? And then the next thing, okay,
but most men don't show that.
Yeah, they tend to now bring, instead of them to be expressive, they prefer to bring rules that will stop them from expressing.
We're going to get there.
So, and then when you're emotional in such a way that they tend to say, why are you emotional? You're not supposed to be. So they prefer staying back in that shell, blocking all their emotions, instead of just being that expressive, because they say being emotional makes you weak. And then you don't want to be a weak.
It starts from when men were boys. You just by simply saying stop crying. Boys don't cry. You start messing up with little boys' head.
So and then when you see, when it comes to the opposite gender, that is females, there are times when you cry when you're happy. You cry when you are excited, like extremely excited, and then you cry when you're emotional. And then sometimes, in most cases, most of the cases I've heard, they say, okay, when I cry, after crying, I feel better.
Yes.
But men, when we cry, I think we tend to feel worse later. Yes.
Why is that?
No, let's say when we cry alone, even when you cry alone, because we have been told that we're not supposed to cry. So when you cry, you now start feeling weak. And then that feeling of being weak is not a good feeling.
Wow.
Yes. So that's why we try.
For us, when we cry as women, we feel like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
And literally, you're moving on from that.
Yes. So I just feel that.
So there's weakness and vulnerability. That's how men see it.
No. First of all, the world is a cruel place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then it doesn't really give you room to express your weakness, because there is this saying, do not let your knee off the tiger. So we prefer being the how will I say, on the oppressing side, showing all the strength, and don't even try it, because don't even try to think you can hit me, because when you try to hit me, I'll hit you 10 times harder. So before even attempting to hit me, I'll hit you, so that you won't even think of trying to hit me. So it means you have to be showing extreme strength and then aggressiveness. Yes, and then because and then humans are actually funny. When you meet someone that is not, let's say, a dominant person, or someone that is aggressive, then you tend to try to be the dominant or aggressive person.
Yes.
And then you are doing that because you see this person is not aggressive or whatever, so it means I can do whatever I want, and then he's calm.
Yes.
So most men don't really like being aggressive. They don't like it, but then they feel they have.
There's something called problematic drinking or intake of substances,
Okay.
which is considered as socially acceptable for a man. If you drink or you smoke, you can do it like outwardly, and nobody will be like, oh. But if it's a woman, it's something else. So it even feels like it's masculine to drink, to smoke, and to engage in all those activities. But for a woman, when you do that, you're regarded as, why are you doing that? There's this Hausa saying that I hate, that Adoni, which is very stupid, to be honest, whoever started that move. Because as much as a woman is going to be a mother someday, who are the fathers? Those same men that they are allowed to drink
and smoke,
and
they probably get away with most of the things that they do,
and they hide. And I feel it's a mental condition, to be honest, because most men do that to control their feelings. You can be angry from work, your girlfriend might dump you, so many life issues happening to you. That's like an escape for them.
Yes.
But is it truly an escape? What's your take on that? I feel it's like a mental condition.
Okay, the thing is, I can't really say what the effects of drugs and alcohol and cigarette is, but then from what I've observed, because I'm a very observant person, yes, I tend to see that, okay, we all suffer from the same thing: fear, anxiety, and the rest.
Yeah.
So, and if you are this person that you are not aware of your fears and your anxiety, it tends to have a very negative impact on you. So when they smoke or when they drink, it tends to mask that anxiety. So then they tend to be in a state where that anxiety is there, but then it doesn't have like effect on them. Yes. And anxiety and fear is not is a place where no one wants to be.
Yes.
So then you say, okay, we minima awana rayon. And then you are here every day. You always feel bad about yourself, because that's what anxiety does, and even depression is. You tend to feel bad about yourself. In fact, even if the reason why you tend to feel that way is because you're not in a place where you feel you should be by now, and then you tend to have that fears. Once you consume substance, it tend to mask all that feeling. You tend to live in the moment. You tend to like be here, and then you're not thinking about any other thing else. Yes. So you tend to be in the moment.
Well, there is a higher rate of drug abuse with the male gender.
Yeah. Yes.
Than the female gender.
Of course. In fact,
But there's higher suicide rates with women
Yes, the thing is,
than
the
men
thing is,
because they tend to mask
mm,
their
the
emotions
thing
with
is, when you even meet a female
engagements,
that either drinks or smokes or even engage in all the substance,
vices.
when the 95% of the females that engage in it, there is a man behind that.
Yeah,
Maza
introducing them
yawa
to
maza ne
it.
sun koya musu. And then
Yes,
because
most of the
yes, most
time.
of it yes, because most times when a female is with a man, she tends to, let's say, metamorphose to suit who the person is.
Yeah.
So in such a way that okay, no much that had the knowledge, and then maybe he's this calm or whatever, and then it takes a great, except maybe she has never actually abused
Drug
substance
before,
before.
yes.
Then
So another thing is people rarely talk about is postpartum depression in men. Postpartum depression usually happens in women because it's mostly understudied and undiagnosed rather in
okay,
men. Personally, when I had my baby, my husband was all hands on deck,
okay,
from cleaning the baby, from rocking the baby while I sleep, all the things. And people usually say, "Oh, because it's the first one, wait and see the next one." Regardless, I'm thankful for that because a lot of women, even for having their first kids, they don't experience such gestures from their husbands.
mm,
Most men don't engage in activities like such, not because they don't want to, just as women after giving birth, so some of them like turn off, switch off, they
mm,
become distant towards the baby.
mm,
So many emotions that only people that go through postpartum depression go through
yes,
also happens to men. You see the symptoms um, like distancing themselves from the baby and the mother, becoming very quickly irritated and things like that. Not because the men do not want to engage in helping you or helping the child.
okay,
So my question here is, what do you think regarding the first drug issues and this? How do you think men should come around? What else can they use to soothe themselves when they're having mental related things? And when they have a baby, how do you think they can, if they're feeling that way? Because they're not expressive. So most times women don't even understand.
and what is
Even
going on in their mind?
they don't even, they're not aware.
Yes. So first thing first, okay, I can't really say from an angle of maybe the whole after the childbirth because I've not been
You've
married.
not been, yes.
So I don't know. I can't really say I know what is going
What's,
on,
yes.
but I can try to think probably what may go on or maybe what is going on because okay, I can imagine. Okay,
How do the men, they feel all these things, but they
yes,
don't open up. They don't discuss. They don't let them. Sometimes they don't even let themselves feel it truly and really. They do not. So they tend to go back to those substance abuse,
mm,
and if you don't have God, which is the most important, you find yourself going back there again and again and again. Like what ways? What ways would you say, like, should they seek therapy or should they talk to their partners or should they talk to someone just to feel better?
yeah. Seeing a therapist is good
Mm-hmm.
because I feel or I think therapists are professionals
Yeah.
because they have been taught on virtually almost all the not just the character traits of
Yeah.
different people, but then how people react to different situations and different environments when
Mm.
where they find themselves.
Mm.
So I think they have already analyzed virtually almost every situation someone can be in,
Mm.
and then how the person's reactions will probably, in most cases, how the reactions are, and then how to deal with that situations.
Mm-hmm.
So they all have that skill set, but having in mind that even the therapist also has his own issues.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever he's telling you, maybe from the angle of his consciousness, not really what you really need to hear.
So you're not for therapy.
No, personally, I don't really think so because no, I'm not saying people shouldn't go to
Go
see a
for
therapist,
therapy.
yes, or even go to see religious leaders and stuff. But then therapy is not for everyone. There
Hmm.
are people that let's say a small percentage of people when they go to meet a therapist, having in mind that even the therapist he's not doing let's say a charity job. It's
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. So a lot of
So
people, a lot of them cannot even afford therapy.
so you see, I don't even know how much it costs.
It's like 50K in Lagos and Abuja now, 50K per session.
Okay. So it's just like medicine or doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know your doctor, do they really care about your well-being? And what I mostly tell people is, okay, how about you see this whole idea of unlearning and relearning?
Yeah.
When I'm saying unlearning, not like to discard all what you know, but then understanding what you have been taught, and then understanding what you know. So we tend to understand what you know, like truly, truly, then and then understanding why you are here. It's everything is in the religious book, both from the Quran to the Bible and all. Yeah, they are all there. But just
Yeah.
that you they are in fact you if I don't know about the Quran, but then let me speak from my
Yeah.
own point of
Yeah.
view. Yes, if you want to commit a crime and then use the Bible to justify that crime, you can. If you want to do good using the teachings from the Bible, you can. So, discovering yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you discover yourself like truly, truly, not the lies you tell yourself. Yes,
Yes.
because when they say, okay, who are you? Then you now start thinking of all the nice things you can say. And
Yes.
then, no, no, no. I mean, like, actually, who are
Or you
you?
say what you do as a living, you're
Yes,
supposed to.
yes. So when you understand your fears, understand your anxieties, not just as an idea, but an actuality, when you
Yeah.
understand them, then you tend to know what to do when you are faced with adversities.
Yeah.
Yes, you tend to know what to do, and then there are some that they learn and they understand their fears when they meet a therapist. A therapist, yes. When they meet a therapist, they tend to they tend to now realize, okay, okay,
This
yeah,
is
this
what
is
it
it. This
is.
is what it is. When you meet a therapist, they explain so many things one is going through that you don't even know you're going through them, and then it helps you act better next time. So seeing a therapist is good.
For me, I will simply say seek God first because there's a clear difference when you pour your heart out to God. When you find God yourself
Yes,
and you know God yourself, it's like it removes a weight from your heart. We
yes,
all go through traumatic experiences as
yes.
we live. When you seek God, and if you want to go to a therapy, to go to a therapist, you can. But if you can't afford therapy too, if it's too expensive, then you can.
So when let's say if you can't afford therapy, try shutting down. Try to shut down yourself. Like go somewhere. When I mean shut
Okay.
down,
Okay.
like shut down totally. Stop thinking about any other thing. Just try and live in the moment.
Mm.
Sit somewhere, reflect, think. Do not come from an angle of pain or hurt. Just come from an angle of, okay, you don't know anything.
Mm.
Yes, because we all act from knowledge. We
Yeah.
don't act from what we don't know. We act from what we know.
Yes.
So
Yes.
let's say when they format your brain right now, you don't even know what A is. You don't even know who
Then
is who.
your
Yes.
baby.
So when I pick a gun and then I point the gun towards you and I cock the gun, you there won't be fear. You won't even know what is happening.
Yes. Because
You
you
won't be
don't know
afraid
what a
because you don't
gun
know.
is.
Yes.
Yes.
So find a place, sit down, a quiet place, no one is there. In fact, maybe I would recommend staying going to a place where to a nature
Mm.
a nature environment like a park. I won't really say a park, probably there will be people there, but
Like a
then
beach,
look for somewhere
an
that
island.
just you alone.
Yeah.
Yes. So being alone means all one. You're all one. You're all yourself. Yes. Be there. Shut down everything that you think you know, and then try to evaluate life as it is. Like look at things, analyze them, and
How would you evaluate? That means you know.
that's
You
what I'm
can't
saying.
shut
No, no,
down.
no. Wait, when you shut down, that's why I say you're coming from a point of I don't know anything. Now I want to really know what I've been told. So you pick all those things, you look at
Okay,
them.
you analyze.
Yes, you analyze them. And so as you analyze them, you're analyzing yourself as well because you are the society and the society is you. Without people, there is no society. Yes. So you reevaluate everything you have been taught. You look at them properly. Why are they there? When you know why they are there, when you know why this is that, when you know why in fact when you know why you are the head of the house, and then when you know why your wife is there, in fact when you know why you are supposed to have a partner, not just saying Anchi
I
Hakani
believe
Shikena.
when you know why you're here, comes down to you first.
Yes, when you know why you are here, in
You
fact,
find yourself.
yes, and then in fact, when you understand the fundamental of existence, which is food, clothes, and shelter, and any other thing is, in fact, it's
Yeah.
all comfort. In fact, even the soft
Additives.
mattress, even the soft mattress I lie on when I actually know, that's on your phone. I can feel it. That's on your phone. Yeah, soft. Soft. Okuma, that's on. So you now get to realize all these things are things that you have been taught. Because if you are born in a place, maybe let's say a rural area where there's even no mattress, you grow up and
Yes.
and then the grass, the
Will be your
the
cushion.
chaff will be your cushion, whatever. It
Yeah.
will be the most comfortable thing ever.
Yeah. Until you know
Until you know.
experience the cushion.
Yes. No, not even about experiencing the cushion. Trust me. Except someone tells you that
There's
this
a
cushion. No, when you lie down on the cushion, keep on actually when can you can the
Really?
yes. That's a
When
man.
other-
That can kind of
I had the one card of other people question it.
So when you go and lie down on a soft mattress, say only the chuma, can I concha a mattress? Keep on the beach money.
Ah.
That's not concha as someone concrete.
Hey, wow.
So he will not say, and then he doesn't want to be a woman. He wants to be a man. So the woman and concha can concrete.
Suffer.
Yeah,
You suffer in silence.
But then actually no mattress is for the elites. If you're not lying down on the mattress, guy, you're in fact back at the difference come the only akuya de concha on the mattress in that you're not dying to have a mattress. So you see, so it's all about our programming.
Yeah. So now we're going to talk photography.
Okay.
The favorite part of
my field.
Your favorite part. So what are the myths or stories you've heard like surrounding photography and you know it's not true? Basically just banter.
Okay. I think the should I say at the top of what is being said about photographers is that we are womanizers. It means you like women, not just like women, you tend to follow women. And not just following the women, more like in an immoral, pervertive way. So I wouldn't really say it's a lie, and I would say it's true. But then it boils down to who the photographer is. Yes, and there are times when you tend to say, "I am not this, I am not that," and then you now happen to find yourself in the photography industry, and then it takes a lot of discipline for you not to be that. And then there are some that they are not really on that side, but then they happen to find themselves in this field, and then they now start being on that side. And then there are some that it's because of they're on that side, that's why they chose this profession. Yes. And then there are some that they are not even on that side, and then they are in photography now, and they are well disciplined that they are not even on that side, that they won't even change to be on that side. So I say for the most part, the narrative, like the prevailing narrative about photographers is do you know how hard it is to resist seeing women every day? So yeah, there are photographers that actually can in fact, not that they can, they are built that way and they don't change they don't change
for the situation.
Yes.
So you've been in this field for quite some time now. How long?
Yeah, roughly 7 years now. So it's not that long, but then I've been on the creative industry
It is
for over 10 years. Yes.
7 years is quite some time.
Okay.
Yeah. So how did you start?
I think there's this saying that when people say, "Okay, I am this by accident," I don't really say it's an accident. Probably, I found myself in photography without effort. When I say without effort, because I didn't start like I want to be a photographer. No, I was a graphic artist for roughly 5 years or more. Then I was supposed to take a birthday portrait, and then I booked this photographer here in Kaduna, and he was a student then, and then not knowing that school clashes with his work and stuff. So it happened that the time I picked, both agreed on the time. And when I arrived at the studio, he wasn't there. I called, his number wasn't going through. I had no idea that he had test, an unplanned test to do. So I know, it was hurtful because I don't take pictures. But I decided, okay, now let me go and take picture for the first time. And then for my first experience, I didn't even get to take the picture. And then I went back home and I was like, how much the camera safe? And then I went to Jumia and I saw this camera. It was going for 85,000 on promo. And then I bought the camera. And then the camera arrived. And after opening the box, I was so excited. And then I went out on auto mode, just took some few pictures just to say, okay, this camera is working. And then after okay, I got back home, and then I saw the pictures, and then now what is next? And okay, so since I'm a graphic artist, how about taking pictures of music artists for their album cover designs? Because yeah, here in KD, you tend to see pictures from Lagos because I do have jobs from Lagos too, and when they send their pictures tend to be different. Yes, and then when artists from Kaduna send me their pictures, it's a different thing entirely. And then in most cases, what we see as a standard is what is coming from Lagos when it comes to entertainment. Yes. So, and then the pictures they sent from Lagos has different lighting, different everything, and then different feel entirely. It looks 3D. Let me use the word 3D because of their lighting setup. But when I receive pictures from Kaduna-based artists, it looks flat. And then that's when I say, okay, how about let me learn how to take those pictures. Then I'll be taking pictures exclusively for my album cover art designs for Kaduna artists. And that is where it all began. And then I had even no plan on buying lights and stuff until this day.
Growing the business.
Yeah, no, it wasn't really. So
now I want to move to your least memorable moments as a photographer. You engage with so many different caliber of people.
Yes.
Hats off to you because it's really tough. I know. So I want you to
Very
tell me
tough.
your least memorable experience and your favorite memorable experience.
Okay, who should I start with?
Anyone.
The bad one. I have had so many bad experiences, and then it all boils down to me trying to part ways peacefully with my clients. I've always been on that path, and then I have a record. I've never lost an event before. Like all that stories where you hear people say, after the wedding, then something happened to the memory card or something happened to the hard drive, and then it lost the wedding.
Okay.
Never happened to me.
You need to give him his flowers, guys.
Never happened to me. I've never lost a wedding. So it's all on the wedding part. I met this client and then we agreed on the price, after the whole negotiation about my package, and then I said, okay. And then I looked at the dates. Okay, I don't really have an event that day. So I decided to accept the job. I'll pay for the location. I paid for the location, we are done with the shoot, and then it got to selection time. Now there is this thing where now you're supposed to select this amount of pictures, and then they selected over. In fact, they selected more than half. Just try and do anything. They don't. I said, if you want me to do anything, it means I have to share. If I'm spending 1 hour or if I'm spending 2 hours to edit 10 pictures, it means I'll spend that same 2 hours to edit your over 20 pictures. Meaning you don't expect me to spend the time I'm supposed to spend on one picture. It means you are going to get lesser quality when it comes to editing. They say, no problem, no problem. That the pictures are fine already. So they think anyhow, any which way, it will do better. I said, okay, fine. So I was done with the editing, and then I delivered the pictures, and they're like, no, these pictures they don't look like what is on your page. I said, well, I explained to you. They say, no, that I'll have to edit their pictures. So I say, no, I can't. They say, no. That okay, now they want to come back and pick the 10 now. I say, what, I have worked already. If you're coming back to pick the 10 now,
you're going to pay me more.
You're going to pay me more. They say, no, they don't. That's we have been going back and forth. I say, see, I don't think all this stress is worth.
And you already have the wedding upcoming, right?
Yes. I say, if we're having all these problems now, see, you know what? I'm just going to send you back your money and remove my pre-wedding money. They say nope, I have to pay them all their money because I said pre-wedding is free.
Hmm.
And whatever, if you want to go all the way back and forth, back and forth. And at that point I was like, what's even all this stress? I said, okay, see, just I just send them the money and then we parted ways.
What did that experience teach you?
No,
What
it
did
was a very terrible experience for me.
Yeah.
I don't think I've experienced anything in my wedding, in the whole wedding career. Whole wedding career, I don't think I've experienced anything that much.
How did it make you feel?
No, now that's when you begin to feel why are you even a photographer in the first place.
Start questioning.
Yeah, you start questioning why you are in that field in the first place, and I'm like, is this? If I have this experience now, it means there may be more to come. So, is this where I really want to be?
Let's move on to your most favorite
My most favorite moment,
experience.
I will not say is the feeling, but not entirely.
It should be
Okay,
a
I like
feeling.
I like events, you get, because event tends to make you experience different culture,
Yeah.
and you tend to travel to different places. You
Yeah.
tend to experience. In fact, if not for the traveling also makes me makes me understand life more about life because I tend to meet different culture.
So finally, I would like a tip. My audience asks since for a tip on lighting. Sorry.
Lighting. Okay.
Yes.
So photography is light, and light is visual. When there is no light, there is no visual. So the tip I'll tell you is study your light. Light is everything. Aside from the angles and whatever, light is the most important thing. So when you want to take a picture, if you have time, try to
Whatever picture it
whatever
is.
picture, even if not just picture, even videos, whatever it is that you do, try to not just, except you already have a concept. Yes, a concept or a plan or probably maybe like a board. Okay, this is what I want and this is what I'm going for. But aside from that, you should, when you take a picture, take the light back, take it forward, take it sideways, and then try to see which one works best. So try to perfect your lighting, study about lighting, understand lighting. And once you understand lighting, you're good
to go.
Yes.
Okay, guys, there you have it. An OG from the lighting tips. You already see that.
Yes.
He knows his onions. I love saying that about him. So that will be all for today, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share, follow on all the platforms. Until next time, bye. For now.